Progress test, Unit 2, Track 4. 1.
In the past, the list of names people chose for their children was quite limited. Now, name choice shows how people do things their own way and don't look at what the child looks like or family traditions. Some people seem to think they'll change their position in society by giving their children names that used to be upper class or aristocratic.
2.
I doubt my name has had a big effect on my life or how people see me. I know people who are very different from the meaning of their names, like a girl named Angela, who was no angel at all. But I don't believe a name could predict your character or behaviour. There are people who change their names a few times during their lives. Do their characteristics change as well?
3.
How important is the choice of name for your child? It's not just important, it's extremely important. Imagine you call your newborn baby Microsoft, Nokia or Nestle. This may be the best way to make sure your child will get a dream job with that business.
4.
I think parents should think twice before they choose a very unusual name for their baby, or an unusual spelling of an ordinary name. Their child will have to go through life spelling the name out all the time. Also, these parents who name their children after celebrities should remember that the celebrity could disappear and the poor child will have to put up with the name.
5.
It is a tradition in my family that our children are named after someone who has died. For example, I was named after my great-grandfather, who died a few years before I was born, and my sister after our father's grandmother. I think I would like to continue the practice of naming children after relatives, though I refuse to name any of my children after my great-grandmother, Griselda.
6.
All right, it's your turn. I'll try and guess who you're talking about.
OK. Well, she was one of the most famous American women, was the wife of America's 32nd president. She was born in New York in 1884. Her family, who had the same family name as her future husband, was very rich and had a lot of power, but she did not have a happy childhood. Her mother was sick and nervous, and her father drank too much and wasn't able to work. When she was 8, her mother died. 2 years later, her father died too. Do you know who I'm talking about?
7.
Angie Veluti's liking for Alfa Romeos is hard to hide. They're a little unreliable, but easy to remember.
Like me, you take an interest in a car if it's close to your personality. When we had our first child, we decided to name him after the car, so we called him Romeo. When our second son was born, we had to think again. We eventually decided to call him Florio, as in Targa Florio, the Sicilian race which Alfa Romeo does well in. For a girl, we'd thought of the names Rossa, Aurora or Nuvola, all Alfa paint colours.